How's it going? This is Jeremy with Tanks Gadgets, and today I'm going to show you how to get inside your HP Envy. I don't see any other videos on it, so I'm going to make one because I just figured it out. This is going to save you a lot of time and hassle and breaking plastic. So here you go. To do this job, all you need is you're going to want one smaller screwdriver, smaller size than the number 2. Even all the way down to these ones you use for cell phones, you could use those too. And a flathead works really good. These pry tools are nice to have if you got those, but I use plastic razor blades too for snapping plastic apart and trying to be really careful not to break the tabs that hold everything down in. So the reason for this repair is this is an old screen that I'd scratched for fun because it was on as a practical joke for somebody, but the new screen that I put in this would not turn on, and the clip right here that clips into the bottom of the LCD is like not clipping in very well. So this replacement part here is about $28. It snakes around in here and plugs into the motherboard right here under this tab. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that, and then I'll show you guys how to get this thing apart. Okay, first thing you do, like any other laptop, you gotta take out every frickin' screw you can find on the bottom, right? So you got this one, 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 and then you pop the outer cover off. Here's the Wi-Fi cover. You don't really need to take that off. I didn't find any reason for taking that off, I don't think. No. The Wi-Fi cover can stay on. You gotta move the battery on latch after you take that screw loose, and it'll push away from the battery and come off. I pretty much almost broke mine taking it off before trying to figure it out, but yeah, and then when it pops back in, it should move it itself. See it moved that back and forth. So, and then you just can tighten it down. This is spring loaded, that screw. I did pull the drive out. Things are kind of labeled for you, like, you know, that's obviously holds the keyboard on. So here you can see this little disc. That means that one holds in the CD drive. So make sure you pull that one, and then the CD drive will just slide right out. Underneath that CD drive over here, I keep calling it a CD drive, underneath the DVD drive, probably a Blu-ray player on it too. I don't think there is. There's these M2 screws, they're calling them, and they're labeled right there, M2. It says ×2. I don't know, whatever that means, but they're these little really flat screws right there. Okay, there's 2 of them right there. You got to yank out. That's what starts unclipping the top. Of course, it's not going to be like that. Mine's popped in. I'm kind of going about this backwards, but you got 4 screws that hold in the hard drive. Okay, you take all 4 of those out, the hard drive will pull out real easy. You unplug it from this, set it aside. Underneath the hard drive, there is another one of those screws labeled M2, and you got to take that out. There's another one in here, and there's another one right here. Actually, I think this is the one that holds the cover on, one of the ones that hold the cover on. So those will probably be out, and that one there. Pretty much any screw that you see comes out, except for, yeah, that's pretty much any screw that you see comes out. Like I said, you don't have to take off the Wi-Fi cover, and there is no screws under the battery, but there's a bunch of snap clips. You take out the ones the 2 screws that don't like to fall out for the keyboard, are about central located on the bottom. Get those out, and then once you have the keyboard screws out, this is what really works good for these, is you can stick your fingernail under there and feel a couple pops and get those popped, and then you can flip this under here and just kind of run this around and go click, 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 click all the way around. Get those off. But yeah, basically you'll see these this little white part sticking through down into those holes on the back side by the battery. There's a little gap here and a little gap here. These two gaps right here with your keyboard in have a little white, you can see a little white piece of plastic basically sticking through there. That's the keyboard. And I don't know if you can look really closely. I know another guy was trying to get this on there, but he couldn't. If I have a pointer here. Up in these holes here, I'll move over this one. There's a little black tab right there, okay? Same thing over here. There's a little black tab right there. And it's actually kind of hook shaped, and that hooks onto your keyboard and keeps your keyboard from coming out. So all you do is you come in here, and the white thing will be on top of this little black tab. You just push that this way. You just push it up with either something like this or one of these pry open tools. But I just went in there basically with this pry tool upside down like this and just pushed on that white thing, and pop, came off. Over here, pop, came off, and the keyboard fell out. You can kind of put your fingernail up under the top here and pry the keyboard up a little bit while you're looking under the battery cover, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and you'll see the two little white tabs moving and kind of figure out what you have to push on it to get it to pop out. But once those two tabs are popped, it should come out. I used a heat gun a little bit too, even to heat up that adhesive on this left side. I mean, it's sticking right now, preventing me from getting this to lay down right. But yeah, see. So make sure you're pretty careful. There's a big piece of adhesive right here, and like the paper, this plastic stuff was stuck down. You can see there's some residue on the deck here. But there's this one big fat ribbon cable there for the keyboard, and then another ribbon cable here. That's pretty self-explanatory. Once those keys are out on the back side, you can see how this goes in. And this cable here has got a little tab on the back for you to grab hold of. See that? So this little tab right here in the back, you can grab that and kind of pull it. I'm going to just force it in there. There's no flipping up of any clips on this one. Actually, there. I got it. And I'm pushing that little hard plastic tab they give you on the back side of it out. It just kind of pulls out and pushes in. So, but be really gentle with these. Obviously, they're ribbon cables, and they should be treated with utmost respect and care. But yeah, these just sit in here, and that black clip snaps down on it. I like to tug on it a little bit to make sure it's in there good. And you can press that tape back down a little bit right there. Over here, I forgot another ribbon cable. Okay, this is one that snaps up. So this is part of, this is for something else. You're going to want to make sure after you get your keyboard off that you take this off. And then don't almost forget to put it in like I did. As far as the case goes, so once you get that out and you have all the ribbons disconnected and you have all of those flat screws that I was telling you about, these ones right here, those little flat buggers, the M2s or whatever they call them. Once you got those out, then this will actually start popping across the front here. This is where I started. I started across the front with a pry tool, or you can use your fingernail if you got thick fingernails too. But once it gets started, you're going to want to probably use a pry tool. But the clips work best if the bottom gets pulled away from the top. You know what I'm saying? Like if the bottom comes this towards you. Like if I'm sitting here and I pry up really hard with it, there's a chance you could break it. But if I get the pry tool under here and I pry it this way, where I'm pushing this bottom towards me, that's the way it likes to unsnap. So those little tips I know are the things that you're kind of wondering when you're taking this crap apart. So just trying to give you guys as most information as I can. So this is part of that right here, the back side of the undercarriage of the battery here, and it's held on right here with some snap clips. So you got clips right here and right here, and I believe that's it. These were the last two things I snapped apart. I pushed that up, and I pushed that up, and the whole top of the keyboard like fell off. So not the keyboard, but you know, the upper part of the computer. So those are the little snap clips and stuff in there. If you're wondering why the top's not coming off, that's what it is. And then as far as ribbons and stuff to unplug, before you do this, make sure right here you got a ribbon cable that needs to be unplugged. Sorry, and it's got the little, the little black deal that you just pop up, and then you pull that out, because that goes with the motherboard. Or no, it goes with the bottom of the upper case. Boy, I'd be a big help, I suppose, if I knew some of the terminology for you guys. But that's pretty much the procedure as far as getting that stuff out. Okay. This laptop I'm doing an LCD replacement on and replacing the LCD cable, so that's why that stuff's out. That's irrelevant. But you're gonna want to get these teeth in the bottom here, putting this back together, and just flop it shut. There we go. Alright. Everything's feeling good. It's looking good. Voila. And I know it's not doesn't mean anything to you guys really for this video's purpose as far as the teardown, but my screen job was a success, and I am very happy about that. So now I have a new laptop that I can use. Cool beans. See you guys.